midst of a pandemic, we still want you to know that God is still good. Come on, Jason.
God's been so good to me. He made a way for me, kept me from dangers unseen. God's been so good to me. God's been so good to me. God's been so good to me. He made a way for me, kept me from dangers unseen. God's been so good to me. God's been so good to me.
When I was down and out, Jesus, you brought me out, kept me without a doubt. God, you've been good to me. God, you've been good to me. When I was sick, Lord, you healed me. Outside of your will, you covered me, kept me in perfect peace. God, you've been so good to me. God, you really been good to me.
Say good, so good, so good. God has been so
good to me.
Say good, so good, so good. God has been so
good to me. And you've made a way, and you've always kept me. God, you've been so good. Made a way, and you've always cheated me. God, you've been when I was down and out, you brought me out. God, you
So let's get together. Ooh, let me be the one. Let me be the one. Let me be the one. Let me be. She don't understand you when you tell her how you feel. She takes you as a joke. I just gotta keep it real. She don't appreciate you and takes you for granted. But you're too blind to see it, that you are being mistreated. Let me be the one to show you a little better. I did you wrong, but you did me wrong first. I was reacting, tables reversed, blame the victim.
We cannot walk alone. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Good morning.
Rise and grind, beautiful people.
Yes.
It is Monday, January 18th, 2021. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Yes, happy holiday, everybody. This is a very important holiday to all of us and everyone, really, all over the nation and the world, because it's such a pivotal, holiday.
Yes.
Like, he was such an important person, and his legacy,
still goes on.
Still goes on today. So happy Martin Luther King Day, everyone. Good morning to all of you in the studio.
Good morning,
we got Jay
Leah.
Cool here.
Yeah.
We got
the man with the plan.
Can you introduce him? Because I'm nervous. I don't want to mess it up.
We can't get it
I
wrong
don't want to
today.
mess it up. I can't get it wrong today.
What do you like to be called by King today?
Vic.
Just Vic.
We got Vic in the studio today.
Sideline hustle.
Yes, sideline millionaire.
Side hustle millionaire.
Side hustle.
See, look. That's gonna put the pressure on y'all.
I know, we don't know what to say, right?
Hey, listen, it was a long night last night.
It was. Yes.
Shout out to TJ Johnson and everybody
Chris
over there at Chris Styles Salon with the barber battle. Yeah,
Yes.
we were over there pretty late, so
We were.
we had
I hope TJ bringing them donuts, because we ain't had no food. We just had cheese and crackers last night. I'm still hungry, TJ.
So yes, we got it messed up. Side hustle millionaire.
Y'all good.
And Heal the Hood. Because you got that's why we can't keep it straight. You got about 10 brands. I don't know.
We don't know who you
I
are
can't
today.
keep you straight.
We need 7 streams of income.
Yes,
I know, that's
absolutely.
right. Yes.
Absolutely. And we got our girl Jada Danielle in the building.
Good morning. Good morning.
Lavishly.
Yes.
You brought some beautiful things to show everybody what you got going on. And so it's Entrepreneur Week, and we're doing fashion brands.
Yes.
So it's fashion brands, but also, people have their own product lines and they got different things going on. So we're going to be showcasing everybody's brands this week and their clothing lines and
As you
all
can
of those
see,
things. So
we got them financially lit by our girl Dama.
Financially
Shout out to Financially Lit. She's our and everybody over there, Financially Lit. They are definitely our partners in the game.
Yes.
And we support one another. And yes, I definitely got my Financially Lit gear. I got I got a nice little collection now.
Okay.
That's why Damo, that's my girl.
Yes,
I got
Damo.
a nice little, So shout out to Financially Lit.
Yes.
And so good morning to you guys. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to be with us on this Martin Luther King Day. We have a little special, shout out to Jesse for getting those those clips and having
just the
brother
man with the
be-
plan.
He be
He's smart.
engineering, don't he?
I love it.
He just never sees some amazing.
I love it.
Yes.
So it's a holiday. What does Martin Luther King Day mean to you guys?
Wow, that's a good question. What it means for me is that somebody cared enough to fight for my freedoms today, and we still fighting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we have to have enough respect for what he did to continue that fight. I was watching clips this morning, like, wow, man, he was everywhere.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was there at the Watts riots when that took. I was like, what?
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
And I watched the clip this morning. I'm like, wow, he was everywhere.
Yeah.
He talked. He did an interview where he talked about, they were interviewing him about his "I Have a Dream" speech, and he said, "My dream has become a nightmare."
Wow.
And I was like, whoa.
Wow.
For them to play that clip today, where we are, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
So, the mission continues.
Yeah. The marathon continues
right.
as Nipsey says.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it starts with us.
Yeah. It's and then like you said, just seeing everything, because I think when you think back to our day when we were young in in elementary, junior high and stuff, high school, growing up, when we had that 1 month of Black History Month, and you hear the famous I Have a Dream speech, but I think as a kid, for me personally anyway, I didn't really get the whole magnitude.
I didn't
you didn't really
either.
understand, and it's like now for one, as an adult, being an adult, and being, a minority adult, and then now with social media and technology and everything, putting everything on the forefront and exposing everything just for what it really is. It's deep. It's deep when you really look back at everything that was going on, and now it's still going on. Like you said, now we're seeing, the Black Lives Matter movement, and it's just like all of this rioting and police brutality, and it's just crazy to see that it's like really nothing has really changed. I mean, a lot has changed, like you said. I'm glad that people, but it's just sad that it's still, we're still faced with these types of issues. So it's crazy. It's a deep subject, and it's heavy. So. But I'm glad that they finally decided to make it a holiday. Like, we were looking up like some, me and Shay was looking up some different facts, and we found, I was like looking into, okay, he died on April 4th, 1968. So, that happened, and he was born January 15th, 1929. So I'm assuming that's why they decided to make the holiday around this time, around his actual birthday. But it didn't become a holiday until January 20th, 1986, so he died in 68. It took 20-something years, almost 20 years to for it to become a holiday.
And then to get it recognized in 50 states, it took till 2000.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
It didn't become a government holiday until 2000. And then it was recognized in all 50 states.
Right.
So it's just crazy that, it took that long for something, because I even know, for me personally, I was born in Adrian, Michigan, which is a small town in Michigan. If nobody's ever heard of it, it's about 40 minutes from here. They didn't even recognize Martin Luther King Day. I remember being in junior high and high school, and my cousins, we would be, in Adrian on a Sunday, and we'd be like, oh, we don't have school tomorrow, me and my sister, we don't have school tomorrow. And they'd be like, why you don't have school tomorrow? And we're like, because it's Martin Luther King Day. And they're like, what? They didn't even know, and we didn't get why they didn't know it wasn't a holiday. It was just,
thought it was
because
that
was my side of the family that's Mexican and Caucasian. So it's out there in Adrian, they didn't even celebrate it for the longest. They didn't even, their schools didn't even, take the day off, and they didn't take the day off of work. So it was crazy. So I don't know if I'm pretty sure they probably do celebrate it now, and it probably is recognized now. But like you said, it didn't go in, well, I guess in 2000, that's probably, So it took till 2000 for it to actually, be recognized in all 50 states.
I'll be glad when it's a paid holiday for every job.
I get paid.
It's coming.
I was going to say, I've seen a couple people that say they get paid. Some jobs don't get paid.
The federal government gets paid for today.
I was seeing people saying today, man, I wish our job would get paid for it. So I'll be glad when all jobs get paid
it's
for
coming. Our company introduced it. This is the first time that I get off paid.
Okay.
Oh, really?
As a paid holiday.
Oh, wow.
So after everything happened last year, we had all these meetings in upper leadership, and it was just something they said they felt they needed to do, among other things, to help try to bring equality and bring awareness to these issues. So I definitely salute my organization for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, I don't know. Oh, somebody said I'm from Adrian, Michigan. Yeah, I am too. I'm from Adrian, Michigan. That's my original hometown. Born Bixby Hospital. Born in Adrian, Michigan, and I was raised there till about 8. And so my mom moved here when she graduated nursing school, and we've been here ever since. So I was pretty much raised in Toledo. But yeah, definitely. I'll never. Home is in Adrian too. But I just remember in junior high and high school and stuff like that they didn't recognize Martin Luther King Day. But yeah, so. We got the weather and traffic. We'll get into that real quick. It is cold outside.
Yes.
Right.
And the roads are definitely slick.
It is winter time, Leah.
Yeah, I know, but we've been spoiled here lately. I've been coming
gotta have our winter.
Yeah, you're right.
So I can wear my hoodies every day.
Right. Yeah. We did say that though. We said once it hits January, February, that's when we're gonna start to feel it.
But you said, we've been spoiled. So
yeah, we have. I'm not mad about it. It is what it is.
It's Ohio. We know it comes. So
it's home. We know what it is. But yeah, it's cold. It's 30 degrees currently. It's gonna only get to about a high of 34. There is snow on the ground in certain places, on certain side roads especially. So definitely make sure you take your time out there. I didn't see any accidents or incidents at this point in time, but where'd you see the next accident?
I seen 3 accidents from on my 5-minute drive here down Sylvania Avenue from Holland, Sylvania to Quarry Road. There were 3 accidents.
Okay.
And out of the 3 vehicles, 2 of them were four-wheel drive. So it doesn't matter what you have as a
vehicle.
Because the roads was slippery. I was kind of veering a little bit because the roads.
Maybe they didn't have their 4-wheel drive in snow mode.
Might not have, but
I could put mine in snow mode.
But you still can get an accident.
Yeah, and I think sometimes people probably
the other driver probably don't have snow mode, so you still can get an accident.
That's a Jeep thing.
Yeah. But
He's like, I got smart snow mode. I'm never gonna get hit.
I'm never gonna get in an accident.
Yeah, don't say that.
Right. Yeah, we did say power of the tongue. I'm cracking up. I'm no longer saying I'm dead or weak.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'm cracking up. I'm not dead and I'm not weak. I'm strong.
Yeah, we were just
I am
talking about
cracking
that.
up. So life and death lies in the power of the tongue.
Absolutely.
So we gotta do better.
All 3 of those accidents were over there?
Correct.
Well, I want to know how come my Ogo app isn't showing these accidents. We're gonna have to figure that out.
Snow
because
mode. We gonna
I
have
can't
to
be
get
using
snow mode.
Ogo map if it's not going to notify us of what's going on here.
Ogo, get it together.
All right, get it
Come
together
on,
now.
Ogo.
Come on, Ogo.
We got 3 accidents.
Right. So, well, thank you for that traffic report, Dr. Vic. I appreciate you.
The doctor of traffic.
Yes, the
He's
doctor
just
of
going by
everything.
Vic. No doc today, okay? Vic. Thanks, Vic.
Yeah, but so definitely be safe on the roads because the roads are slick, they're wet out there, and you definitely want to take your time, give yourself some extra time to get where you're going so you don't have to rush, you know? And that's your weather and traffic for the day. So yeah, we got interviews with our Dr. Vic of Finance, and we got Jada Danielle. We're going to get into them a little bit later in the show, and we're also going to get into some trending topics in a minute. We want to say thank you to our sponsors,
Yes.
Hotbox. Yes, Lima Humidop.
Yes.
Essential Vibes. Toledo.
And Family Fitness.
Yes, and Family Fitness.
Yes.
If you would like to become a sponsor of the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show, send your info to Rise
And Grind.
at the 419 Grind at the 419grind.com, right?
You okay?
Yes. I don't know. I'm still,
We're still tired.
I'm still gone from last night. Send your info to Rise and Grind at the 419grind.com, and you can become a sponsor of the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Yes.
So we're going to take a quick break. We got more coming up. Make sure you guys keep it locked.
Don't go nowhere.
What's going on, everybody? This is Lance Self is who I am.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And we are the Selfs, and here to present our show called Self-Explanatory.
Yes, it's our podcast
That name-
presented by 419 Grind.
That name just has a ring to it. Self-Explanatory. I feel like we about to be explaining a bunch of shit. This is true. I feel that's what it's about to be.
Well, I think we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about marriage, of course.
Okay.
We've been married, 2 years now, right?
2 years, but been together for 8.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, my goodness. It's a long time.
Y'all gonna ask what took so long?
What did take? You know what? We'll get there.
Self-explanatory.
We're going to talk about blended families.
Yeah.
Praying for your spouse. Gender roles. Living with family members. Cheating. Raising kids. Family upbringing. Being there for your spouse. Finances. Being a wife and a husband. Trying to be together and be individuals at the same time, which is one of the things.
It took a while.
It's taken a while, but
it has
it's the
taken
fun
a while.
part. We're
Yep.
learning that.
That's what marriage is.
It's a process.
It's a life journey.
I like
it's not
that.
an overnight thing. Yeah, because I know there's a lot of days where I'm trying to be individual. I get on your nerves because of my individual ways. I can tell you one thing for damn sure though. Definitely get on my nerves. It be a lot. She definitely gets on my nerves, but I love her.
I get on your nerves?
Yes, it's possible. You do a lot. What's wrong? What's the problem? What's wrong? Hey. I am Lance Self,
And I am Arlinda Self.
and this is the Self-Explanatory Podcast, presented by 419 Grind.
Listen on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and wherever podcasts are heard.
Lewis, where we bringing you nothing but exclusives, all the interviews, all the backline stories, all the stuff you don't hear and see every day. And every guest that you see on the show, they cut from that cloth. No, champagne for everybody ain't cut from that cloth. So sit back, enjoy the show.
Very underrated stand-up comedian, Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's my icon. I'm gonna just say that, him and Cedric the Entertainer, because I always felt like I can sing too, but you know all that stuff. So Jamie Foxx for me is Jamie. So if we ever had to say who we wanted to be with in another life, I wanted Jamie Foxx. I wanted.
Whoa.
It's trending topics in Toledo on the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show with Leah Renee and Shay K.
Good morning, grinders.
Yes, and we have two special guests in the building with us. We got Vic Coleman, and we got our girl...
Jada
Danielle.
From Lavish.
Gosh, from Lavishly. I am so off, y'all, from last night, man.
It's okay.
This is like... I think I shouldn't have, had those couple drinks. But good morning to you guys.
Yes.
As we said before, we're going to be interviewing people all week who have their own lines and brands. So she has Lavishly, and we have Side Hustle Millionaire, and we're going to be talking about that in a minute. But first, we want to get into these trending topics because speaking of some brands, Mattel, the big brand, we all know about Mattel, who makes the Barbie dolls. Mm-hmm. They're going to be honoring Maya Angelou with a Barbie doll.
Yes, that's so
That's
dope.
really, really dope. Like, yes. I mean, I like how over the years they've definitely been very diverse.
Yes.
They've
about time.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I don't know. You don't feel like over the years they've kind of like had different.
I mean, we get spurt here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like we should get flooded with stuff again for us to say about time.
Yeah.
Look how long
That's true.
it took for him to get recognized, and you know what I mean. The other culture, they recognize immediately. Everything is paid.
I got a question. Is the doll gonna like have Maya Angelou quotes?
I don't know. It didn't say
that's what
that.
I was looking at. It said it's going to be rocking. The doll will be rocking multicolored printed floor-length dresses, matching hair ties, and while holding her critically acclaimed autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. So we'll have that on there.
I like that. I think that's a good idea. I mean, I think that I've just seen them do like different nationalities too, you know what I mean? Like not just, but I feel what you're saying because they should have more, they should recognize more,
right?
Iconic people, from the African American community. But I do see a lot of times they do different nationalities and they'll kind of like represent different,
Yeah,
people.
so they are saying they are going to do an Aspiring Women series by them, also celebrating Ella Fitzgerald, Rosa Parks, and Susan B. Anthony, and Billie Jean King, and Sally Ride.
Yeah.
So, but they don't have a release date yet, though. So I guess we can look forward to the first one to be Maya Angelou, and then look forward to those other ones coming out. So I'll be glad when they put a release date on it.
Yeah.
I did see that they are releasing a series of dolls for Black History Month.
Oh,
it's like
wow.
a collection.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah,
the Inspiring Women series. So we probably can look forward to that in February. Hoping so.
I know. That'll be really nice.
Right, because it's Black History Month. So hopefully at the end of this month or by February, it should be out.
Yes. Well, someone else that we love a lot, Aaliyah. She's one of our younger icons. She would have been, 42?
42.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Man, that's so crazy.
She was such a sweet soul.
Man, she was. And she was, just really at her peak. She was really about to, she was already there, but she was really about to, just skyrocket. She was definitely ahead of her time, I feel like. And we lost her at an early age, and that was sad.
It was.
Especially how it happened. It happened so suddenly, and she was on her way back from filming the video, the Rock the Boat video.
Yes.
And that happened. That was sad. So
and their fans are really trying to keep her legacy alive. So it's been 19 years ago that she passed.
Wow.
So they are trying to get her music more streamed on more platforms.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can look forward to that. to hear more of her music because she did have some good music.
Yeah,
so.
she had a whole lot of hits.
Yeah, you can't find it anywhere, can you?
Yeah, so that's what
whoever
they're saying,
owns her masters. That's
Aaliyah Estates is giving an update on her music being streaming for more platforms. So
Jomo Hankerson was her uncle, which is R. Kelly's producer.
Oh wow!
He's the one that's holding the music away from Apple and Spotify and all those.
I wonder why he's doing that.
I wonder why.
Money with the record label.
Wow, that's crazy.
It seemed like they would make more money.
Yeah, like.
Well, yeah, I never understood
I feel
that.
like that would make more money.
Well, streaming music doesn't make a lot of money.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the music game has changed a lot.
Yeah. Well, speaking of someone in the music game, Cardi B, she's actually trying to transition a little out of the music into the acting world. So, excuse me, she's set to star in a comedy called Assisted Living, where she's basically going to be starring as like an old woman. She's like on the run or something like that. Her character is on the run, and so she ends up at this group home or this assisted living home where she's basically like goes in disguise as an old woman. So yeah, it's like.
How many seasons do you think that's gonna get?
Well, it's an actual movie, I think.
Oh,
it's a film.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she portrays a petty crook named Amber, and so like it was a heist that went wrong or whatever. Now she's on the run, and basically she ends up in this this assisted living home, and she has to dress up as this old woman, and yeah. So I think that's gonna be pretty funny. Like I'm gonna look forward to that. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see it. I want to see how she really,
She can act though. It's just that type of character, I don't know.
She's already funny though. You got to think like she's
funny.
She's funny. I don't know. So I don't really know. I don't know. I'm just interested to see. I'm interested to see how she's going to play that role.
Right, I was about to say I'll wait till it come on Netflix.
I'll wait till it come out to speak on that.
That's not something I would interested to see. Yeah, I will wait. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it really ain't going on. We ain't going to no movies anyway anytime soon. But a lot of the movies right now they're sending out over through you can download them and stuff at home anyway because of COVID. So
HBO Max is really like taking over like movie theaters right now.
I was gonna say, is the movie theater back open?
No, I'm not sure.
Some are, but
I was gonna say
you can rent them.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For private parties.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about renting one for my daughter for her birthday, but then she said, well, no, we can't actually, they don't have the option here in Toledo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's like Findlay is the closest in Detroit. I think, not even Detroit, Troy. You have to go all the way out to Troy. So I was like, I'm not going that far. Yeah. Beyonce, in other news, she's awarding some money to people who are affected by the pandemic. We talked about her being a philanthropist, and she granted $5,000 to families who are facing evictions right now. So shout out to her, man, because she's always doing, things. You always hear about her giving back, doing things for other people. And, this is a, really hard time for a lot of people who don't know, they've lost their jobs. They don't know where their next meal is coming from. And, they're about to lose their homes. And so that was, for her to do that was a great thing.
Yes. Shout out to our viewers and our listeners that's with us this morning.
Yes. Good morning to all of you.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys. Did you have any other headlines, Shay, you wanted to go over?
No, I feel like
all right. Well, that's good.
Ones.
Yeah, those are our trending topics
I'm ready
for the day.
to talk to our guests.
Me too.
We got.
I'm ready to get into this interview as well.
Yes.
So, yes. Good morning.
Good morning,
Jada Danielle.
Jada Danielle, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
Yes. So give us a little intro about you. Where'd you come from? Where'd you graduate from? What's your sign?
Your whole backstory.
Right.
The sign is the most important thing.
Yes, that's the most important.
So I'm born and raised in Toledo, Ohio. Went to Southview High School.
Okay.
And went ahead and went on to University of Toledo and graduated from there.
Okay, what you graduate with?
I graduated with a BS in Interdisciplinary Studies.
Okay.
What year did you come out?
2008. So
okay.
I actually graduated high school in 2001. Started off as a full-time student and then dropped down to part-time.
Okay.
Yep. Just get it done.
Yes, absolutely. Knock it out the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So then what did you do after you came out of college?
So then I started working for Medical Mutual of Ohio.
Okay.
Was there for about a year and a half and decided to move with them to Indianapolis. Okay. I was there for about a year and a half, and then I went on and moved to Columbus, Ohio.
What exactly were you doing with ProMedica?
No, I was working for Medical Mutual of Ohio.
Or Medical Mutual.
Insurance company?
Yep, insurance company. So started off there in customer service and then was able to move up with other companies into like the contracting and provider relations arena.
Okay.
And then in 2013, I decided to go ahead and start this side hustle that I'm here to talk to you ladies about.
Yes. Okay. Do you live here or you commuting?
I do live here.
Okay.
And I am a Capricorn. My birthday was just last Tuesday.
Okay.
Hey, happy birthday. Happy birthday. So you started your side hustle, Lavishly, and you're still working?
Yes. So I started this in 2013. The funny thing is I remember getting on Instagram in 2012, and I was doing this kind of thing as a hobby, I think since about 2006. Blinging bathing suits, whatever I could put some stones on, you know, I was doing it. And I started seeing women that were doing this as a hobby as well, what I thought, but it was really their full-time job.
Right.
And I was like, wait a minute, I went to college.
Right.
And they're putting stones on stuff, and this is what they're doing.
Right. Yeah. Making bank.
Exactly. So I started blinging out baseball caps.
Okay.
And that's kind of like where it started, and it kind of took off from there. And people didn't really want to, they didn't want to spend what I was asking them to spend on the baseball caps. So I moved over into custom apparel and then just went up from there.
What?
So yeah,
girls love bling. I'm just sitting here mesmerized by all this bling in here.
Yes. We love the sparkle. So, and actually, I brought you guys some gifts.
Oh, hey. Yes. So you said your challenge was at first with the caps, the baseball caps. People didn't want to spend that money. Right. What was the price that people didn't want to spend?
So they were going to run about $250 to $300 because not only was I putting the stones on my hand, they were also Swarovski crystals.
So it was like
people
completely.
Don't think about that.
Yeah.
It was going to be like completely like this, like the whole thing.
Yeah. So not only the logo, the whole brim was all crystals.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And so depending on the crystal color, you know, it could go upwards to $400 if I was using the gold crystals. So.
And how long does that take? Because you do them one by one. People don't is not thinking about the time you put in. How long would it take?
They were taking about 6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you said you switched to then custom. So the price then went down. Like, what was it? You went from doing caps to what?
To t-shirts, hoodies.
Okay, so
like
something that would be more practical.
Like a name brand, and it'd just probably be right here. So then, how much did the shirts run?
So the shirts ran. So what I ended up doing with the shirts was I did bulk only. So you had to order a minimum of 12 pieces. Okay. Every now and again, I would go ahead and just make that. You know, that expectation or the exception for someone. But yeah, so normally they were running about between 25 to 35, depending on, you know, how sparkly and how many stones were on the shirts.
Per shirt?
Yep, per shirt.
Okay, yeah.
So you still can make a profit because you're like, hold on, you ain't about to just come get one shirt. Right.
Yes.
Because how long did it still take to do one shirt?
Because one shirt could take 2 hours to do one shirt.
Depending on how the logo looks and stuff like that.
Exactly. So if it's just like a one color logo, like your logo, that would take a lot longer because not only is it 4 colors. It's 4 colors. It might be even multiple size stones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So each color is a layer, and each stone size is a layer. So it just takes time.
Yeah. So when you started with those pieces, you said that's when it really started to take off. Now you're getting orders to where now you have to order it in bulk. You can't even just put in an order for one or two. So when you do bulk, then that changes the price then, or
it does. The price goes down depending on what you're ordering. And then, and actually this year I'm raising the bulk. It was 12. It's going to be 24 going forward. But yeah, the price does go down based on, what you order, whether it's a hoodie, t-shirt, things of that nature.
Yeah. Now, do you have a team or are you just doing this by yourself?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a team helping?
It's just me.
Oh my goodness. That's like a lot of work.
That's something like that. It's a lot of work.
Because you're saying like even like ordering it in bulk and you have to do like 24 at a time. That seems like a whole, 6 hours a time? 6 hours a piece?
Yeah. No. It goes into, when you go order in bulk, it goes into more of a machine process. So it's different.
Okay. So it's a little more easier.
Yeah. But I'll call in reinforcements.
Okay.
I've called in big.
I've had to lay some stones.
Right. Okay.
That's what you do.
Yes.
I done got off work and be like, all right, I'm on my way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you work from home on the Medical Mutual? So it's kind of a little easier. You can be doing both at the same time.
So actually, I don't work for Medical Mutual anymore.
Okay.
I actually work as a contractor for a health insurance company. So they pay me by the project.
Okay.
So so it's kind of nice. It's like a good, it's a flexible, like a midpoint. So I can do this and I can do that as well, and I still have my income.
Yeah, that's perfect. Definitely perfect.
And how long have you been doing that?
So I've been in the insurance game since 2008, but I've been a contractor since January 2020.
Oh, okay. Do you have to have like certain amount of years of experience and stuff to be able to just be a contractor?
They kind of want you to, because when they bring you on board, they kind of want you to hit the ground. They kind of want you to hit the ground running.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so that way you can go ahead and just, get started.
Yeah, so you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you got to know what you're doing. I mean, they give you some time because it's a curve, because you got to learn the company's software and things like that. But yeah, they want you to hit the ground running.
Now, what made you move back from Columbus?
So in 2016, I was working for Ohio State. And so I went ahead and decided I wanted to leave that job and go ahead and come back home and focus on my side hustle. And I did this full time for just a little over a year. Made some mistakes, lost a lot of money. Decided to go back to work. I had an old boss that reached out to me on LinkedIn and said, "Hey, you looking for a job?" And I was like, "What you got?"
Right.
What you got? I'm a little broke right now.
Yeah.
What you got? And so the first job actually that they offered me was a really lucrative position. It was going to pay really, really well, but they wanted me to move to Charlottesville, and it was right after Charlottesville happened. And I was like, "Oh, hell no!
Yeah.
I'm not going there."
No, thank
and
you.
it was a work from home. So I was just like, I'm not gonna move there, not know anybody, only to work from home.
Right, that makes no sense.
You might as well stay where you at. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was like, "Well, we have another job, and it's this, and it pays this," and I'm like, "That'll work," because it was work from home. So I was, cutting down on my traveling expenses. So I had things that I could kind of move around for the lesser pay. And so I did that into 2019, October 2019. And then I decided, I'm going to go ahead and I'm done with this. I'm going to go ahead and move over and find something else. And I decided to go into like the consulting world, contracting world.
Oh, perfect. And that worked out perfect because now, like you said, it gives you that flexibility and that availability to be able to work on your own brand, your own line, lavishly. Yes. And it is lavish.
Yes.
Can we open up the gifts?
Right. I was waiting until she got done.
I want to be rude.
It's Christmas. Oh, this is so cute.
I love it.
Yes.
And as you
be
can see,
jealous.
I love my coffee cups.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I can put my tea in this.
Cute.
I love it.
The coffee tastes better when you drink it out of that, though.
Right. I know. I can't wait.
And we got extra little stones.
Yes,
I love it. Thank you. And I like
you
this.
so much.
Thank you. So you can actually, obviously, with the crystal cup, you don't want to put it in a dishwasher, but with the silicone lid, you can put that in a dishwasher, or some people even boil it just to get all the germs out. You can do that. And then just be careful with the lid, just to make sure it's really on there. But and so with the custom pieces, with the crystal cups and the tumblers and all of this, so we'll be looking at offer customization services with this later. But right now it's just the solid colors that I have.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, when you start offering that customization, I'm gonna definitely have to have you put that 419 grind in there for me.
Yes, those are so cute.
Thank you.
So, are you a mom?
No.
Oh, okay, so you don't have to balance being a mom and being a businesswoman, but it's like, having a business is like having a baby. It's like it's the whole conception from conceiving it to like birthing it to actually raising it and nurturing it. I mean, it literally is
absolutely
maintaining it.
You get your first taste of motherhood now with your business. So how are you able to manage, still being, even though you have that flexibility with your job, how are you able to manage, being an employee with someone else's company and then being a boss of your own company and being able to transition back and forth, in those roles?
I just do it. It's really at the end of the day, you just got to do it. And so a lot of times I'm doing orders at night, on the weekends, things of that nature. One of the things that I'm going to be moving to in 2021 is scaling down my custom offerings.
Yeah.
So scaling the custom services down, raising the minimums. I would like to have my custom be about 20% of the business. And then I'm going to move into more retail ready things. So people that order and love bling, they don't have to wait for the items to be done. So that's where you're going to see like more of this kind of thing. This is ready to ship. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm moving in that direction for that very reason, because even with the insurance things, I'm birthing another business out of this.
Okay.
And so being a consultant and offering more of those services, because that's what a lot of my experience, I've been doing that for the last 12 going on 13 years. And so the more and more I thought about it, and then with COVID last year, it was just like, okay, health insurance is not going anywhere.
No, not at all.
And, our buzzword last year was essential, right? So getting and having that essential business as well, because at the end of the day, when money is tight, people are not going to be looking for blinky things.
Right.
So I wanted to go ahead and offer more of those services, and that way I'll have that income as well.
Right.
Yes.
That's amazing. And we talk about that all the time too, because I think everybody here has experience, like with COVID, we use that time to pour into ourselves and figure out, like, okay, what's the next move now? Because we can't
find another stream of income.
Yeah, we gotta find another stream of income. I have to figure out how I can take my skills and my abilities and turn it into, some money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's, like you said, bullying is nice, but at some point, people aren't gonna be looking for that, but one thing they're always gonna be looking for is insurance, and whether it's you giving classes or giving seminars or just even like educating people about different things that they don't know about, so
I got this one in my ear about create a course.
Right, look,
him.
Create a course. So when can we expect a course from you, Miss?
Yeah.
So we're actually looking at, I'm partnering with a woman that specializes in e-learning.
Okay.
So we're looking at hopefully late first quarter, early second quarter to release that course, but it's going to be more of a online curriculum. To work with, so medical professionals can understand how to work with health insurance companies.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Yes.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, speaking of courses,
Mr. Course Man is here.
like Jada said, Vic is always, he sat every one of us down probably and said, you better make up a course. But he's right, though. I mean, it's like, that this is a new thing, especially now with COVID, because people are kind of, we're kind of restricted to our homes and stuff like that. People are working from home. We're learning that this online course, is a new wave of income. I mean, if you have a skill, if you know what you're doing, I mean, of course you can't just go making no BS, thinking that it's going to succeed. But if you really do have a skill, and you've really got experience in an industry or something, and you have something to give to someone else, yes, make a course about it, and so let's talk about some of the courses you offer, Vic.
I've got the Stock Talk portfolio. It's 3 different courses. The Stock Talk Starter Kit teaches you how to get into stocks and start trading so you can make money. Then I got the Stock Talk Dividend Dollars that teaches you how to build your portfolio for the long haul. And then the new course that I am going to introduce next week is called Stock Talk Trading Options. And it teaches you how to get your account up a little faster by trading options.
So it's like a step-by-step program. Like, it's important to make sure you take the first one and understand everything, then go into the second level, then go on to your third.
Absolutely. See, people see the gains and think, wow, I can just jump in and don't do that.
Yeah.
You gotta expect some failure.
Yeah.
Especially because it's so confusing. Because I know for me, I've invested a little bit of money in it, but I don't even know I don't even know anything about it. So I keep telling him, like, I'm gonna take these courses now. For people who are busy or single parents or feel like they don't have time or whatever, they can take these courses at their own speed, right?
At their own speed, at their own time. And here's what I'll say for those people that feel that way. You have to make time.
Yeah.
If you want to end your financial struggle, you have to make time.
And you make time for anything that you want.
Absolutely.
No matter what it is.
You make time to go out next weekend and kick it with the girls. That could be time you could spend 45 minutes watching this course, learning how to put your money into the stock market.
Right. Instead of going out spending it, you ain't getting no return from margaritas and wings.
Right.
well, not the kind of return that you probably want, but
absolutely.
Right.
But for the viewers that don't know, our Vic, take us back. Like, where did you come from? Where did you start? Born and raised? You said you're a Capricorn, so we know your sign.
It's the goat season. It's the goats. So born and raised in Toledo, Ohio, 41 years old. And in 2008, I chose to change my life for the better. My youngest son was born, and I said, you know what? I need to do something different. There's a photo that I have of him. He's holding $10,000 cash, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not good. You know, I'm telling him it's okay to follow those steps.
Yeah.
You know, so I began to. I enrolled in school, went back to school. That was a way of me changing my life. And I went to school for music business for my bachelor's and master's, and then went on for my PhD in business management. Full Sail University out of Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, and I did all of that online. So I've been around e-learning for a long time.
Yeah.
All 3 of my degrees were e-learning, and you know that's the way of the future. That's why I'm pushing everybody to get a course.
Right.
We hear you.
Get
we
a
hear
course.
you.
Loud and clear, loud
We
and
hear
clear.
you.
Don't let these universities get all that money.
Right.
But yeah, so I've worked various jobs, but I've been hustling since I was 12, I believe. You know, and one side hustle led to another. I started with a snow shovel, a rake, and a lawnmower.
Right,
you know,
right.
and I would hustle illegally on the side. And I was at DeVoe Junior High. I would go to Food Town, which was right next door, and I would steal the multi-packs of candy and then come to school and sell them. So I've been hustling
Vic,
a long time.
I thought you were gonna say I went and bought.
No, I'm going
He had to start somewhere. He had to start somewhere.
I'm being all the way transparent. I stole that candy. You know,
He said, I'm going to make some money
listen,
today.
I was like, I need to, you know, so, but that's where it started at for me. And then there was various other side hustles, some legal, some illegal. And I just kept pushing and pushing until I got to where I'm at today.
So right now, how many hustles do you have?
I don't know.
What? You lost count?
Yeah. I literally, and Jada's no help because she's like, oh, what you should do is, and there I go down another road.
I love monetizing ideas.
Yeah,
you know?
so that's good. You should always have teammates.
Yes.
You know, when they say you can't change the people around you, you got to change the people around you. Literally, if you're the smartest one in the group, something is wrong. You know, and don't get some people get intimidated by that, but you should want to grow. You know, you shouldn't want to stay the same. And I like to be able to have you guys around you, challenging us, having us thinking. And you guys don't do it in a way that was like, oh my gosh, shut up. But it'd be like, you know what, you're right about that. Let me do some homework. And then we come back and ask questions. You know, how do you think about that? I love having you around and Jesse around every day. Yeah. Compared to other people that's just doing the same thing that you get tired of doing the same thing. So I love that.
Some people do wish we would shut up though.
Yeah,
they do.
Well, I don't.
Some people like, yeah.
I mean, sometimes stuff,
they know it all.
But some stuff go through one ear, not the other. But it's gonna stick. You know, I could be up there making an Impossible Burger, and I'm like, you know what? Now I can change it over because I'm like, I don't want to try that. You made one. Now there you go. You know, some things you don't know until you try.
Absolutely.
So keep talking, keep telling us things.
Right.
But yep, everybody has a side hustle, man. Monetize it, man. You have something you can teach someone. You have something you can sell. And if you down on your luck, right? You down to your last $20. Meet me at Marshall's. I'll help you pick out an item that you can go back on Facebook and sell. Get your money up. Think outside the box.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what it's about. Find something you can resell. Go to a garage sale. There's free stuff on Facebook that you can go get and sell.
Yeah.
It's not your fault that the owner is giving it away for free. I gave away a sectional for free. The guy who picked it up, he could go sell it.
Right.
So the funny story I have about that is I am a shopper. And a lot of times I'll just give stuff like here my aunt, I just give it to her, I'm done with it. I went to her house and she was selling my stuff. I didn't gave her at her yard sale. And it was like, what is going on? But really,
with the tag still on it. Look, with the tag still on it.
Right. She like, girl, I done sold that for $10.
But Vic, I used to do that too on Craigslist. I used to go and buy like old MacBooks, old Apple computers, and reformat them and resell them.
Absolutely.
Buy them for like $250 and then sell them for $500.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was like one of my first side hustles before I started doing like graphics and all that stuff. Go to Craigslist and look at old MacBooks. A lot of businesses used to sell them because they, MacBooks update like every 2 years. So that was like a good side, one of my first best side hustles.
That's what's up. See, I mean, think outside the box. There you go. There was another example right there.
Absolutely.
Somebody watching right now is trying to figure out, man, how am I going to get through this year?
Yeah.
You don't have to wait on the government. You don't have to wait on the stimulus check. I'm telling you, take that last $20 and go flip it. Legally flip it.
Or you can take the stock course like I did. Not the stock course, but the pallet jack.
course.
Yes, I took that. I got my notes down, so I'm excited about getting into that too.
That's phenomenal. There's a young man, he took the pallet course. Somebody who said they didn't have time. He took the pallet course. I don't know when he watched it. He might have been 1 a.m. or something.
Right.
But he went and bought 2 pallets in December 17th. He texted me a picture of him with his first 2 pallets. He texted me last week. He said, Vic, I need help. He said, my pallet business has been so good, I need help setting it up as a real business now.
That's awesome.
So in less than a month, he turned a side hustle into a real business.
Now, for people who don't know what you're talking about, can you go and dive into that a little bit?
So flipping pallets is where you go to a liquidator and you get a pallet full of goods. Sometimes it's brand new goods. Sometimes it's customer returns. Sometimes it's unknown what's wrong with it, right? You get that pallet full of goods and then you go to the marketplace, whether it's eBay or Craigslist or Facebook or whatever, and you resell those products. Make you some money.
Yeah.
So I'll buy a $400 pallet and I might make a profit of $850 on the pallet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Take that money and do it again. You know, it's no reason for anybody to be broke. We just got to start thinking about money a different way.
Yeah. And that's why we need people around, you know, like you, because some people don't really know that, you know what I mean? And you have to, again, change the people that you hang around.
And let me say, none of my degrees taught me this. Not one of my degrees taught me that my hustle has a place in this world.
Right.
You know, I've been hustling again since I was 12. I just didn't realize, like, had I known then what I know now, I probably wouldn't have went to college.
Yeah.
Wow.
I went to college because I was backed against the wall and frustrated with my child support situation, and I wanted to make more money. Not thinking, Vic, activate your side hustle a little harder. You know, I'm like, you know, I'm going back to school. And so then I went to school and put debt on myself, you know.
Yeah.
No, people always ask me, are you going to push for your children to go to college? Nope.
Same.
Nope.
Yeah.
You can be a millionaire without going to college.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Marcus Hawkins said you can also send pallets overseas, which means, I guess, to sell to different.
Wow.
See, another side of that hustle.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Now he about to go wheels turning. He about to go do some research.
Another side of that hustle.
So you said you could get a pallet for as cheap as how much?
You can get them as the lowest I paid for a pallet was $125.
Oh wow.
So, okay. I thought
And then like, what was your profit on that one?
That particular pallet had it had a sofa on it. It had various things. So that particular pallet, I think I made $600 on it.
Wow. Yeah, that's
dope.
crazy.
Yeah.
You can get pallets, like I said, I've paid as low as $125 for a pallet.
And was that here, or did you have
That was here.
Okay, that was a good one.
So just learn the art of being a hustler and take your time with it.
Yeah.
You know, take your time with it, and you can really make profits.
I'm excited.
Yeah. There's so many different things, like you said, especially we're in this day and age where we have social media. We have, you can, connect and talk to people all over the world. And then especially now, excuse me, speaking of side hustles, you have Side Hustle Millionaire, and you've also started Side Hustle Saturdays, on Clubhouse. For a lot of people, Clubhouse is something new. A lot of people don't have it, but, many of us do now. And you are talking, what were you guys talking about this last Saturday? Because, I missed out. I missed out.
Not just this last Saturday. Every Saturday is packed with something for you to take your side hustle from beginner stage to the next level. Like literally, Jada's the think tank. She gonna push you like she the bully in the room. She the bully in the room. She gonna push you to go to the next level, and I love that. Jesse comes in. I was shocked. I'm gonna say this on the air, too. Because we talked after, Jada and I talked after we get off the air with the Side Hustle Saturdays, and I was like, was that Jesse?
And it's so funny because I told him yesterday, I'm like, Jesse, didn't I tell you? I'm like, I'm so proud of you. You sounded all professional. He said, why you didn't speak? I said, I seen that invite. I said, I act like I ain't seen it. I'm like, they sound way too professional there. Hi, my name is Shay, and I'm just
getting up the mic. I said, what did I sound like when I was talking?
I told you, you sounded real good.
I was like, and Jesse was like, I'll start the conversation. I said, Jesse go.
And each time he was like, "Oh, it's getting a little quiet in here." Then Jesse would get back on. I'm like, I am not tapping on as a speaker. I'ma just listen. So y'all really definitely dropped some gems in there. So I really like that.
Saturdays.
Yes.
Every Saturday.
No, Damo, don't be telling me I gotta talk Saturday.
9 p.m. But we go until. Yeah, you gotta talk.
You gotta talk.
You gotta talk.
I'm just listening.
Because we're gonna see some side hustles really go to the next level this year. And I want those to be people around me.
Yeah.
You know.
I think, definitely come up and talk, because I think that sometimes we don't realize the things that we say and really what we're giving off. So there was someone that was speaking and I could see deeper into what she was saying. It wasn't that she was scared to do the thing that she said she wanted to do. It was something else behind that. And I'm gonna pull it out of you. Okay. So come up and talk, because that's just the way my brain works. It's like you tell me one thing and it's like, it just goes. And so come up and talk, because then we might be able to give you some additional information.
That's what it's there for.
I'm definitely tuned in.
And this is coming from an introvert.
Very.
Yeah. Like last year, I wouldn't have been here.
Really?
Really?
So you coming out of your shell?
I'm trying to come up out my shell.
Well, we proud of you, girl.
I bullied her here this morning.
So y'all just take turns on bullying each other.
I seen the group text like, "Oh, somebody canceled." Don't worry, I got it, Phil. I called her like, "On Monday, you going on the show?"
Bye. Said you bring your butt here. Yes.
And we're so happy you came.
Yes,
right?
we are. And yes.
But even with Side Hustle Saturdays, I was like, "You on the flyer? Look."
So yes, Clubhouse is definitely good for if you know what you're doing. Because I had that, and I was like, okay, I'm one of the type of people that I need to hear the beginning from the end, because I don't know what the heck is going on. So I had stopped for a minute because I didn't know which one to get into until you sent me one last Saturday, but I was at the salon, so I couldn't hear it. So this Saturday, I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I'm just gonna sit at home and listen to it. And I paused Girlfriends. And I had it up. So I had my notes and stuff out. So yes, shout out to one of the twins that was out there, just talking about becoming a landlord. And then somebody else was talking about not being able to get approved for something because his self-employment wasn't long enough. And so then they sat and got a plan. So now they getting a house and stuff built from the ground up. So I'm like, this definitely has some good notes and stuff to take care of. So I was happy about that.
So mark your calendars this Saturday.
9 o'clock.
Yes.
9 o'clock p.m.
Clubhouse.
Side Hustle Saturdays, 9 p.m. on Clubhouse.
I be seeing people say they got like 3 and 4.
I got like 6 of them.
I got
more. I don't have anymore.
You got to
participate more.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I go to different clubhouses about podcasting, about entrepreneurship. Just like at work, I'm not doing anything but working. So
the
I'm
more
listening.
you listen to it, they give you more invites.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've seen a couple people like, I got 6 invites, and I'm like, I don't think I have any besides just that one.
And I'm kind of stingy with mine.
Really?
Like, because I want, if I'm gonna give you this invite, I want you to participate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go on here and make sure that you're getting the knowledge. But if you're just gonna get it just to add it to your app, to your list of apps,
just to say you got it.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's only for iPhone users only too.
Some people are using this as
for iPhone users,
a trending thing, like a popularity.
Absolutely.
And I see people on there who are following one person and have 2 followers. Like, why are you on Clubhouse?
Get involved.
Yeah, get involved. Do something. Like, listen to somebody. Like, or start a room. Yeah. Have a conversation. It's just like so weird that people are just doing this just because it's trending. Just to say that you in Clubhouse, which is
yeah.
But I will say, Clubhouse, this was dope for the marketing, because what it does is it creates that fear of missing out, and so everybody is wanting to join it because you can't just readily get on it, and you feel like, dang, this is something exclusive.
It is exclusive. Yeah.
So so shout out to them for the marketing, because this was kind of brilliant.
Yeah. Yes. And shout out to all of you who are tuned into this conversation. We are talking side hustles. I mean, all this week we're going to be sitting down with people who are entrepreneurs, who have their own clothing lines, who have their own brands. And, it's a dope thing. Like COVID, like we said, has opened up a time and energy for a lot of people to really just maximize and live their full potential and be able to do the things that they love. And like we said, turn what you love to do into a revenue, right? And so we want to say thank you to our sponsors, Hotbox, Lima Umadop, Essential Vibes, Toledo, and Family Fitness. And if you would like to become a sponsor of the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show, send your info to Rise and Grind at the419grind.com, and you can become a sponsor of the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show. So we're going to have more with Vic and Jada. Keep it locked.
We cannot walk alone. And as we walk, We must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
I did you wrong, but you did me wrong first. I was reacting, tables reversed, playing the victim, lost to your lacking. Treated me dirt, into yourself, don't notice I'm hurt. Returning my tag, resigning position, now hiring ad, I'm through. I'm over it, exhausted in my mind. I'm over it, exhausted in my time. You ain't the same. Well, maybe you are, just thought you were different. I gave you my heart, but you lost the key, cause you wouldn't listen. No, I'm going insane, adjusting my standards to keep my position. I'm losing a game, my energy changed, not even the same. I'm through, I'm over it, exhausted in my mind. I'm over it, exhausted my time. I'm so over it. Sorry not to ignore. I'm so
are now listening to the Rise and Grind Morning Show, presented by 419 The Grind.
Good morning and welcome back to the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Hey.
You're tuned in with Miss Leah Renee and Shay K.
Yes, yes.
And we got Vic in the house and Jada Danielle.
Good morning.
It is Entrepreneur Week, and well, really, it's like Fashion Label Week, right? Like, you know, clothing line week. Brand. But when you think about it, it's like Entrepreneur Week at the end of the day, because everybody that comes in here is going to be an entrepreneur.
It's actually Entrepreneur Month.
Yeah, really it is. Yep, you're right. So we're bringing in people every day of the month, really. This is, like you said, who are entrepreneurs, who have, you know, built their own brands, who are building their own brands. And we're highlighting and showcasing all of you because it's important to do that, you know, especially like we said before break, with COVID happening last year or at the end of 2019 and really like, you know, just taking over 2020 and everyone having to readjust and, you know, adapt to the new, you know, this new lifestyle that we're living. Right. You know, it was either like you sink or you swim type of thing, you know, either you're gonna, you know, take this time and take, you know, this, what everyone really feels is like a curse, you're gonna take it and turn it into a blessing. Right. Or you're gonna like let it, you know, be your downfall. But if you're smart and if you know, everybody has a gift, you know, everybody has something that God's given them, many gifts actually, you know, I think we all have gifts. It's just about tapping into it, I think, you know, and like Vic, you were talking about before the break, you know, different people, you know, like it's all these ways to make money. And I think a lot of times it's just that people we're in our own way, you know, it's like, like you said, there's all these different options out there, but either you don't know about them. A lot of people just aren't educated on a lot of different things.
Or just don't want to be.
Or just don't want to be. Or just don't want to be.
Yeah.
Well, we've been trained, though. Think about school.
Yeah.
You have to go in a classroom and sit down. I think that's the dumbest thing. That's not the way I learn.
Yeah,
like,
I'm hands-on like person.
So you got a hands-on learner. You got the learner who needs to pace the room to read the book. You got they force us to think one way and wonder why we're struggling.
And you go to school to go to college just to get a job.
Yeah.
I was listening to Les Brown the other day, and he was saying the richest place is a cemetery. Yeah. So many people die with not exploring their talents. You just working a job and not even using the talents that God has given you. Like, we weren't meant to just be a worker at factories for the rest of our life. Of course that we should use that as our startup money, but we all have something inside of us that we can learn some money from, that you can make a course with.
But our biggest mistake is when we get these jobs, right? We don't use that money to fund our dreams. We go buy a new car. We go buy a $200,000 house, and then we say, but I'm not happy there. Then why did you buy all that stuff that made you have to stay there?
Right.
Or at least makes you think you have to stay there. You know, so and you got to break up with that thinking.
I agree. And that was one of the things that I noticed, that as I moved up in my job, I would take on more bills. I would go ahead and get, you know, my last apartment in Columbus was a little over $1,000 a month just in that, you know. And so, you just, and when you think about it, you're like, dang, I can't leave. But I left.
Right. And you programmed to think that you can, but look at how you stepped out on faith. And you've been doing this for how long?
Yeah, so the business started in 2013.
And that's wonderful.
And when did you decide, like, I'm not gonna work anymore, I'm gonna turn this into like, even with the insurance, you wanted to become a contractor. Like, when were you like, enough is enough, I'm not working in an office anymore?
So I had a boss. People, they say people don't quit jobs, they quit bosses. Yeah. Right. And so
I heard that. Fire your boss.
Yeah. So I had a boss. I think she was undercover racist, honestly. She was from West Virginia, and she just, there was plenty of complaints against her. And she was kind of like the person that kind of like kicked me towards the door, because I was like, you know what, I'm not about to deal with this.
Right.
And so in 2014, the end of 2014, I started working for OSU, and she started there in the summertime in 2015. And November of 2015, I talked to our CEO and said, I need to make an exit plan. And so thankfully, I'm very thankful to her. I worked full time until February of 2016, and then she let me kind of basically drop down to part time, and then slowly make my transition out of OSU. So it wasn't cold turkey. I knew that it was coming. truly thankful to her that she allowed me to do that. Even against the suggestion of the manager that I had issues with. And that helped, So then I was able to complete my lease at the place where I was living. I had a friend in Columbus. Shout out to Shar. It's that whole saying of no new friends.
Listen, we be trying to tell people to stop.
So the funny thing is I met her actually working. I used to work at Saks part-time. And just met her shopping in Saks, and we just ended up chatting, and then it transitioned to us. Girl, you going to the day party? I'm going to the day party. We would see each other at the day party, and then we just built a friendship from there. So when it was time for me to leave my job, and I was like, man, my lease ends in June, but I'm not done with this job until August. She was like, girl, you can come stay. You can come stay with me. And so for about 2 months, I stayed with her. I would come back to Toledo for the weekends, and then I would stay with her for the 3 days that I had to work at Ohio State. And so then from there, once I was done, I went ahead and obviously made my full-time transition back to Toledo. But then I hit the road and I traveled for about a year, really heavily for about 4 months. I got on the road and did any kind of vending event, show, conference, anything. I've driven to Boston. I flew to California. I have went as far south as Atlanta. I have been all over promoting my business.
So would you just like Google vending events?
Well, no. So the cool thing was I actually, right around the time that I started the business, I met a lady that was a part of an organization, and they were having a conference. And it was literally, the conference was about 2 weeks after I had got laid off from a previous job before Ohio State. Wow. So the timing of everything is very interesting. So I met the woman in October of 2014. The event was in November of 14. I lost my job at one health insurance company. They decided to downsize. I lost that job in October of 14. So I decided to take my severance money and invest it into the conference.
Wow.
And so I was like, dang, yeah, you just go ahead and do it and just see how it goes. And so I actually jokingly with him said, I'm gonna be happy if I make $1,000 at this conference.
Yeah.
And I kind of like laughed it off, like, yeah, right. And so I text him the next morning after the conference. I had $1,000 in by 10 o'clock.
Wow.
In the morning. That day I did about my gross at my job, the job that I had just lost. What I would make in a month, I made that in a day.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, hell no.
It got me messed up.
So I was like, oh, I ain't going back to I'm not going back to no job.
Right. And then and when you be pumped up, you be really happy too. Like,
and then Ohio State called me, and I was like, damn.
What do I do?
I was like, dang. Actually, the first offer they gave me, I was like, I can't take that offer. Like, it's just too low with my experience. And then about 3 weeks went by, and then they came back with a better offer, and then I was like, damn. I can't leave this money on the table.
Right.
So I went ahead and I started working there, but obviously knowing that I had this business, and that was December of 2014. And so when she came into the organization 5 months later, I was already in my heart saying, shit, I don't want to be here anyway.
Right.
So I just started making my transition. So a little over a year after that, I went ahead and left and did that full time for about 1.5 years and decided that I needed to go back because there were some things that I learned in that transition that cost me a lot of money. I went into debt. Actually just paid a lot of it off just last year. And so, and still paying off a few other things, but it's, it's a learning thing. And at that time, it was kind of devastating. But when I think back about it, it's like, you know what? I gave these universities a lot of money. I did. I gave them thousands of dollars.
And a lot of time.
And so for me to feel like I wasted thousands on myself, that's not the best way to look at it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So as an investment, because every failure is just, a learning experience, you know, and you learn how to improve and how to, it's all trial and error. I mean, that's what this life is about anyway. You know what I mean? Life is trial and error. There's no rule book to parenting. There's no rule book to entrepreneur. You know what I mean? There's just no rule book. Like, we have to just figure this out, and hopefully you have the grace of God upon your life, so that's why I say every day I thank God, because without his guidance and direction, and without my mother, who's my rock, I would be lost. Like, you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I was reading something the other day that said failure is feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's showing us different things that we go through in life. It's always a positive and negative way to look at things.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us, we're so used to looking at things negatively.
Yeah.
And like you had said, looking at back at something that happened now, I look at my life and I'd be like, man, I'm not where I want to be. But then I remember where I was just mentally 3 years ago. I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm out of that state right now. So everything is a process. I feel like we are our biggest critics. So we definitely be on a time limit with ourselves, and so it's, especially for me. So then I like, you know, when I see people like you guys, you know, you guys got some age over me a little bit, so it helps me feel like I got some time.
We got some age over you. Hold on. We got some age over you.
Let's get the calculator.
She politely told us we was old.
That's a good way of saying it.
Got some age
No,
over
but
you.
I'm just saying. Then we not had a conversation the other day, and I was like, man, I'm 31, and I was talking about girlfriends. I thought they were so much older, and to see what age they're at. And we also talked about people who didn't start until certain age.
31,
so that's
32.
What I meant. So don't be trying to do me gang up on me.
Age over us.
You know, a quote that a client actually in my time where I was kind of feeling like, dang, like I kind of messed this up or whatever. She was like, fail fast. Because sometimes we ponder, you know, over something that we want to do for a long time, you know, what I call analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
You sitting here looking at this and looking at that and trying to figure out, like, dang, which way should I go? And it's like, make a decision.
Because we always want to be perfect.
Yep. Go with your gut, make a decision, and run with it. And if it doesn't work out, then you just learn that don't go that way no more.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
And
Do
just, Yep.
Yes.
As he's been,
Just do it.
there we go.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I try not to steal their slogan, but just do it.
Shout out to Damo. She says she with me, Shay, with our young selves. Thank you, Damo.
Damo, our meeting is canceled for the week.
So what's next for you? You know, like you said, you're doing, when you did your first conference, you talked about the conference that you did. Like, what exactly are you doing? Do you speak to people about like insurance? Like what exactly are you doing in these conferences? And then like, how can just anyone attend these conferences? Like, how does that work?
So the conference that I did was actually for Lavishly.
Okay.
And so what I did was that particular organization, they're very closely, they're comparable to like a sorority. So what I would do is I would take their logo and I would sell their products or something that was that reminded you of their logo or something like that went along with their organization. And then I would sell their goods. So if they wanted hoodies with their logo or things like that, that's what I was selling to them. And my first conference, I went there with one jacket, one pair of pants, one t-shirt, one of literally everything, and I had them place an order. And I didn't think that they would do that because, like, who's going to order this stuff? They don't even know me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so this one particular jacket that I had available was a hit, and I sold, I think, about 65 of them. And so I just filled the order on the back end, and I went from there. And so going fast forward, when I left my job at Ohio State and I was traveling all over the United States, this organization is national. So they had conferences all over.
Right.
And so I would go ahead and set up at their conferences, at their conventions, if they had a national conference.
Wow.
And just sell their, sell their paraphernalia back to them.
So you would kind of like just get their gear that was already had their logos and stuff on it, and then you would add the.
Well, I would create it from scratch, and so what eventually moved over to was doing things like this for them, and manufacturing goods because they are such a large organization. I went ahead and started doing the manufacturing, and that's where I lost a lot of the money because I was trying to partner with the wrong factories. And then that caused me to, my first order I think was 150 blazers that I did, and the company made them 2 sizes too small.
What?
Even after the sample, I actually went back to them, had them make the adjustments. So when all the blazers came in and they all came in wrong, they all had the organization name, so I couldn't even resell them. It was just a wash.
What?
You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
Wow.
And so thankfully, that particular chapter in the organization, they let me go back to the drawing board. They let me find a new manufacturer. They let me go through the whole process again. And then they didn't get their new order until damn near a year later.
Wow.
But they were patient.
I was
they knew
going
it
to
was
say,
coming.
thank you that they were patient. So
Thank God, because I was like, for me to have to refund, and this is the thing that was, ignorance can, and not knowing something can also kind of be like a cool space to be in because you won't scare yourself out of the possibilities. I hadn't even thought about what if it don't work.
Right.
Like I hadn't even thought about returns or something like that.
Right.
So In that particular instance, if I would have had to refund that money, that would have been devastating.
Yeah.
Literally 3 months after I left my job.
Wow.
So they gave me the time, they gave me the grace in order to make it right. And so, you know, at the end of the day, we were able to get them a really good product. But so I manufacture goods too. And that kind of came out of, that kind of was birthed out of working with that particular group. So this is like a custom piece that instead of me ordering blank apparel from another company, I manufacture the blank apparel.
Okay.
And then from there, I take that apparel and I customize it.
So what's that little flower thing in your hand?
So this is actually what's one that I did for this organization back, when was that? 2018. End of 2018.
Okay.
So this was a brooch that they wore to their conference, the host chapter.
Okay.
And then we did a custom crystal brooch in the center. I don't have any of the brooches left. But
Okay.
We did a custom brooch in the center for them.
Oh,
and so
wow.
that's kind of like what's next for Lavishly. It's scaling back on the custom pieces, doing more manufactured goods, creating and designing more of the things that I work with. There's a million distributors right now that sells blank apparel. This is one that I can just buy apparel ready to go, and then I just can add and customize the logos and things like that.
Yeah.
But going forward, what I want to do is actually create my own apparel, and so you'll see different things. You know, you guys, women, there's not a lot of options for us when it comes to promotional things, right? And so I want to be able to kind of fill that space. And so that customs piece, so it'll be small, but it'll be unique and it'll be different. And then the remaining 80% of the business is going to be moved over into more retail-ready goods, so people, their items can be shipped faster.
And what's this gray sweater over here?
So this gray sweater is actually another piece that we had manufactured for that organization. They wanted something different. Actually, these two went together.
Okay.
But they wanted something different. It's a wrap
That's cute.
peplum sweater.
Oh,
Because they wanted something more like business casual.
Okay.
And then they wanted theirs plain, so I gave them just this plain. It's got the little Lavishly custom in the tag.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And then
Can I see that? Can I see the tag?
Yeah. And then what we did was I also had another chapter that wanted that sweater, but with that one we went ahead and had their logo embroidered on the corner, so that way they can have it. Yep.
That's nice.
Now, do you offer a class on this whole process? Like, just
of course coming.
No, but what I am
no,
what I am gonna do though is probably teach people obviously how to work with manufacturing companies, what to avoid. And then probably give some recommendations on some companies to work with. So that's probably
so there's a course coming.
So that's a course.
I said if she doesn't create it, I'll create it, and she can
run it.
Get a small portion of it.
Look, you better do it so you can get the full portion, right? Because he gonna make it work.
Lord, I said I'm on a race.
I've been around long enough to know the secrets.
See what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's kind of like what's more, what's coming down the pike is just to be kind of like align myself more with bulk orders, organizations, businesses, do more. Will be more like high-end promotional products. So it's not going to be something that you're going to just give away to everybody. It's going to be probably for your top clients and things of that nature, or for your staff. So yeah.
So where can the people find you?
Yeah.
Where are you at on Facebook, Instagram?
On Facebook, you can find me at Lavishly Official. The same with Instagram. And then my personal page on Instagram is Jada_Danielle. And then Danielle spelled Danyell.
And that's Lavishly with the I, correct?
With the I.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So who would you like to give a shout out to or a thank you to? Or is there anybody special that you would like to recognize while you have the moment?
Just my supporters. They've been, I've had some clients that have been with me from the very, very beginning. So I just wanted to, definitely thank them. I did a thank you post to my aunt. She has been my writer. Vic is my sounding board.
Yes.
And just my supporters that have been supportive to me. My brother, he gives me a lot of advice. I always joke and tell him he's my critical lens. I send things to him because he's a lot more detailed than me. I'm a little bit more of a global in ABC, and this is how to get to the moment. He's like, wait, we got bullet point under A, and that's going to be this, and that's that's him. So I try to utilize people that I know. That's his strength. You know what I'm saying? Some people will view it as a negative, but that's his strength. Like, he can look at things in a little bit more of a detailed way. So so shout out to Maurice.
Yes.
Yeah. And so Vic, Side Hustle Millionaire, your newest one of your newest. I'm not even gonna say your newest because like I said, I can't keep up with you.
Right.
You know, is Side Hustle Millionaire now out? Can we now purchase?
It's out. It can be purchased. It is on the website, www.side-hustlemillionaire.com. And if you go there, you'll see the apparel. Make the purchase.
Absolutely.
What you got over there? You got some goodies for us up there?
Heal the Hood is also on there. So don't forget, you can get both. So this is a sample of the shirts that are on the website.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
That rose gold.
Yes, that's the rose gold.
Is that a small?
That's an extra large.
What size that mask?
He knew not to bring a small.
Right. What you got, bitch?
I bring y'all gifts every day. them gems.
Awesome. And so you also have another line coming out soon, right?
Yes.
Or is it already out?
I can't talk about it.
We can't talk about it yet?
It's coming.
Darn.
So this season you can expect
this season.
Vegan burgers.
I think the book will be done this year, officially done. And the album is in the works. We're almost done.
We've been getting our little sneak peeks
I cannot
around
wait.
here.
Yeah. The album.
I start crying as soon as I see it. I'm like, oh my goodness.
So the album, I'm ready to shock the world with that piece, and then that new men's line that will come out. I'm not even calling it just a men's line because there are some female pieces in there. But once that line is. 419 Grind will be the first to talk about it.
Yeah, we definitely
First to talk about it. Later this summer.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And who would you like to give your thank yous and shout outs to?
I just want to give a shout out to God.
Yes, absolutely.
That's why it's all possible. I'm
absolutely
grateful. I'm not super religious, but I'm just grateful. I know that He's played a role in everything that I've been able to do. A shout out to all my supporters, Jada, for getting on her nerves. I know she gets tired of hearing the stories. Some of late, and many years. I've known Jada now, 20 years? Something like that. So, just grateful for people like that, in your life where you can call with an idea and they don't shut it down with you shouldn't do that. You should go get a 9 to 5.
Right.
Or, it's like, how can we do it?
Yeah. So, shout out to my kids. My sons, my daughter too, but my sons, they always push me. They always push me. Just shout out to everybody, man. Just seriously, it's a lot of people. Too many people to name. Too many people to name.
Yes.
Yeah, Jesse, you want to give some shout outs?
No. No, I do though. I want to give a shout out to Crystal Sloan and TJ.
Yes.
Because yesterday was like absolutely amazing.
Yes, it was.
To do the barber, the way they had it set up and everything, and for us to come in, to allow us to come in and kind of like practice.
Yeah.
Doing the live coverage and the live shows on location. It was a challenge, but it was fun.
Yeah,
I enjoyed myself.
And her shop is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's absolutely
nice.
it's big.
Yeah, it's way bigger than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
so
and
shout out to them.
They were such great hosts to us. So yes, thank you to them.
Yes,
And shout out to everybody
who
who was involved in making that happen. Both of the Rays. Shout out to Houdini Cuts and Cash Cuts.
Yes.
They both won a round. So there was 2 rounds of the battle, and Houdini Cuts won the first round, and then Cash Cuts took the second round.
Yep.
Nice.
So because they basically tied,
They gotta
now
do it again.
They got to do it all over again.
Yes.
So they're gonna be back. They're gonna be back there next Sunday. They're gonna do another battle, and then I guess the winner of that battle will be the
ultimate winner.
Winner.
So they're gonna do one cut.
I hope so.
And they got food this time, TJ.
One cut.
Yeah.
One cut.
Yeah, one cut.
So it was a really nice event. Shout out to Kayla. She was there and she had some wine and cheese for us, and that was nice.
Yes.
So it was a really dope event.
And then they had the makeup artist.
Yes, had the makeup artist. Shout out to my girl Mari. Flawless Touch by Mari, and then it was Glamour's Guru.
Yep.
And she was the one who won. Glamour's Guru. She won that makeup battle. So it was a really fun event. I had a good time, and can't wait to do another one.
Yes.
So that was fun.
It was.
Yeah. You want to give some shout outs?
Just want to shout out to God, who's ahead of my life.
Yes.
So, and my kids and you guys, keep it short and simple.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to God too, and to all of you, and to my family, my mom, my kids, my nieces, and all of the listeners and viewers. We appreciate you guys because your support and your love has been unreal. And, we can't do what we do without you. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in every single day. So, yeah. So you got a vibe of the day?
Yes, ma'am. You know I got one.
Yes.
Here we go. Keep pushing through whatever it is you're going through. Try and keep that radiant positivity despite what life has thrown at you. But also know it's okay to break down and let your emotions be free. Even if you can't see it right now, your strength is inspiring and it will pull you through. You can't always control what life throws at you, but you can always choose your next move.
Yes, I love it.
So that's a good way to start your week, guys. Like we said, failure is feedback. Whatever you have on your mind, your heart, just do it. Just do it. Fail fast.
Yeah.
So then you know what to do and what not to do next time. So yes, I love that. Start our week off with some positivity.
Yes. And before we go, Vic, just let everybody know where they can find your courses again one more time.
You can find the courses at VJ Coleman, COLEMAN, juniorjr.com, VJColemanJr.com. Go over there and you'll see where I list all the scheduled stuff for the courses.
Yes. And do not forget about Side Hustle Saturdays on Clubhouse.
Yes.
If you're able to tune in, definitely make sure you become a part of that at 9 p.m. every Saturday.
Yes.
They're dropping gems and, you can learn lots of inside tricks of the trade, like Jada said, she's helping people to not have to make the mistakes that she made, and so that's what this is about. If you can actually tune in and save yourself from making some mistakes that someone else made, then hey, that's that's a blessing. So
especially because there's a lot of stingy people that's successful too. So if you got people that's successful and willing to tell you the ups and the downs, and it's for free, you just need an invite.
Absolutely,
get your butt there.
Real successful people aren't stingy.
Yeah,
they're not.
Well,
that's true.
So and they're in these rooms talking, and they're dropping and I hate it. The word gems. They're in there dropping gems. They're in there dropping knowledge. And if you get in the room and take note and apply, don't just take notes, but take note and apply it.
Yeah.
You got what you need.
Yeah. All the tools you need, right?
You don't need to go pay for that $1 million seminar. But if you want to pay for it,
you can.
Someone will sell it to you.
Yes. Right.
So but they on Clubhouse dropping gems, and Jada is blinging out things with her beautiful gems. So
yes.
Got my coffee cup, my new coffee cup.
I'm excited.
Yes, I'm excited too. So we thank you guys. We appreciate you guys coming in and taking your morning off to sit down with us and talk about your challenges and the blessings of being an entrepreneur and just sharing your journey because I know that there are so many of us that are scared to step out on faith and live our passion or do what we love, or we're scared to invest this money in this because what if I take my last money and then this happens, whatever. So we have to get over that fear, and like you said, we just have to learn that we have to learn to fail fast and just learn from it. As long as you learn from a failure, that's what makes it a blessing. If you continue to make a bunch of mistakes and then you're not learning anything from it, or you're not it's not a productive situation, then you're wasting your time.
Right.
But if you fail at something, but you know that this is what you want to do and this is your drive, this is your passion, then hey, you just figure out another way and you map it out and make it happen.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
That's that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So before we go, we do got to talk about shows we got coming up.
Yeah. What do we got?
Don't you have Real Table Talk coming soon?
Yeah.
We got to fix that,
right? Yes. No, seriously though. Yeah, Real Table Talk is coming back real soon. So definitely be on the lookout for that. We got lots of great shows on the lineup right now though.
Gary Porter has been doing his shows like nonstop.
Yeah,
he's on fire.
Yeah, he has been, and
shout out to him.
And it's people are loving it too.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of great receptions. Those are great shows. So shout out to Gary.
Yes.
Cloth Talk will be returning February 1st.
Okay.
RC.
So we recorded two episodes this Saturday. We're recording 2 more next week. So he's got 4 more he's wanted to do. So he's
ready
booked until April.
Oh wow!
So we're good. This Friday, here from 11 to 1, they're doing a casting call for Blacking Out. If you've seen Wildin' Out on MTV,
yes, I'm excited.
Jess and Ness.
Jess and
they're doing a
Ness.
casting call here. So any actors, any comedians, anybody that think they're funny, come out and do the casting call.
Yeah, that's
from 11 to 1.
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
Yes, we on the
What time is it? 11 to 1.
11 to 1.
Okay, yeah. What day?
Friday.
Just for anybody who didn't know.
Friday, 11 to 1.
5151 Monroe Street.
All right. Yeah, there you have it.
Yes.
So, we have we have the rest of the week planned out too. We have more.
Let me see who we got.
Yes, we have more clothing labels
coming in. We got Toledo coming in.
Yes, one of our sponsors.
Queen coming in. And
Tuesday was tomorrow, Dough Chasers.
Yes.
Okay.
Wednesday is Reeler.
Yes.
That's what's his name?
Tyler.
Yes.
The 16-year-old entrepreneur.
Wow.
So Thursday we have Toledo and we have Price.
Okay.
And then Friday is Nikki King, the Clutch Queen.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
So it's going to be a great week. As you can see, we got lots of great people scheduled to come in. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk about their brands, their journeys, and everything entrepreneur life, you know?
Yes.
So we appreciate you guys tuning in for another great show. Want to thank our sponsors, Hotbox, Lime and Humadop, Essential Vibes,
Yes.
Toledo, and Family Fitness. If you would like to become a sponsor of the all new Rise and Grind morning show, make sure you send your info to Rise and Grind at the419grind.com and you can become a sponsor of the all new Rise and Grind morning show.
Yes.
So we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you keep it locked and come back tomorrow for another great show.
Yes, yes.
And until next time.
We cannot walk alone. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at